This is going to be a dark video because I'm sitting outside the house. I was exploring the beach. Look at the beach behind me. If you can see the beach. I would like to tell the story of my second brother who committed suicide 3 weeks ago. We're still in July. He committed suicide this month. My brother was the only brother left amongst us since the other one took his own life. He had his own problems. Ever since our parents left, he was not okay. And because he was not okay, it started when our mother died, and he blocked grief up until he fell at work 3 months after my mother's funeral. I've been eating grapes. 3 months after my mother's funeral, he collapsed, and that was the start of his problems. A doctor saw brain stroke. A stroke can sit anywhere. So that is why people are not supposed to laugh at other people when they are sick, because you don't know what will be your situation tomorrow. You don't know if you will have the same stroke in the brain. Life is a journey, and we are all visitors here. So let us refrain from getting pleasure in some people's pain. So he had those problems. There are some problems that I noticed which affect our boy children at home. And they don't share it. The secret abuse by the other males in the family, who pull them down, who wants to treat them like they are stupid, who wants to destroy them. It has something to do with the kind of a family that I come from. While families protect one another, even extended family, my family has been cursed. It hates one another. Siblings, especially my father's family, hate one another, and they have transferred it to us children. And there's nothing that we can do because we don't know the source of this hate. They blame everything. They would blame my education. They would blame my pride and everything. So it is what it is. So there's a lot of abuse that they do behind our brothers' back, and our brothers are not so strong like us. Going back to the story, I'm telling my story. I'm sharing my pain, and this is my brother. I slept with him in the same womb. So there's nobody who's going to give me another version of this story, because I know I've been there. Just like I know that his name was Vusikandi, not Vukile. Vukile was a nickname from Vusikandi. Okay, back to the story. So we knew he had his own problems and maybe depression and grief, but I believe that some of his problems were triggered by marrying the wrong person. He married someone who pretended to be loyal, who pretended to be nice up until she got married. Then when she got married to him, I remember the night we had a meeting with my brother, at last saying he's gonna marry her, but he didn't want to go and pay dowry because he was calling her, I don't want to even say it in my video what he called her. We sticked up with her, and we urged my brother to pay dowry. I even said, even if it's 5,000. Funny enough, my brother took 5,000. The other 5,000 he took later, but when he was forced by this woman to take it to his home. So they got married. I was not there when they ultimately got married because we destroyed the first attempt, but the second attempt he did it, and then he got married to her in a customary marriage. What I noticed, I specialized in gender-based violence. The 2 times that my brother beat this wife was when she stole his bonus money. The first bonus money that she stole was when my brother was drunk. So he took advantage of the fact that my brother used to black out. Ever since he had this brain stroke, whatever, he would black out, especially if he's drunk. She emptied all his bonus money, and when he asked it, she lied and said he has taken it. She used advantage of one woman from my family who went with my brother to Berlin because they drink, and said maybe it's taken by that woman. Her name starts with N, but it's not important. This woman even went, this wife or so-called wife went and beat that extended family member indodakazi yakhe. I remember we had to rebuke her later about that and say, under no circumstances does he have the guts to beat the sister-in-law, extended family sister-in-law, because with us, the real sisters-in-law, we wouldn't go with my brother and go and get drunk in Berlin and leave her behind. To cut the story first short, she stole the whole bonus money, transferred it to another account. Then my brother, out of frustration, beat her. That was the first beating. We took her side. We were with her. We fought for her because we were not going to allow a woman to be beaten by a man, even if it's our brother. The second attempt, when he was beaten, we don't know exactly what happened, but it was this woman knew, I've learned that she knew how to provoke my brother. Then when we silenced my brother, when we advised her to get a protection order and we silenced him, it was her turn to abuse her. I remember one day, she poured petrol on him, and when she was taking a matchbox about to burn him, my brother held her hand. She wanted him dead. In December, last December, my brother was born in December, so she gets bonus. About 18,000 rand of my brother's bonus was stolen by this woman. That time she had a boyfriend. She did adultery in Berlin. She got drunk. My sister took a photo of her being drunk. I think I have that photo of her being drunk. Again, we sat down and we kept quiet about those things. My brother's response to all of this was not to beat her because she had silenced him, but it was to pack everything, his furniture and everything, and she returned home. And when she returned home, what he said was that, I want to die at home in front of my family because I'm tired of this abuse. There was a time when my brother walked from Berlin to Durban for the whole night because she was abused by this woman. My point is, even though my brother had his own issues and his own depression, the woman she chose as a wife was there to finish him off. Needless to say, this woman wayitshatile and waswelekelwa nayindoda okokuqala, which means it's her mission to kill men, and her family know it, but they stick with her. And for me, I was shocked to learn that my brother married a woman that had 3 children, and his children was going to be the 4th one. So she knew, and my brother used to say that she came for money. I'm not saying this out of hate, but I'm saying this, the wars between the in-laws hating the wives, not us. That woman, I gave her my new clothes. I gave her everything. We loved her. We treated her like us. But behind our backs, she hated us because she had a mission to accomplish. She used to say, when we have siblings meetings or talking the things that need siblings, uzocasha by the door and listen to what we're saying. I found her many times doing that. And sometimes when I call my brother, she would sleep like this to her or record the phone to hear what I say with my brother, which means she was clear of her mission. So now they were staying at home. Ever since they stayed at home in my homestead, that woman made it a point that she is creating problems because she didn't like to stay there, because she wanted to kill him in Berlin, not at home. The last straw was when this woman just started a fight with my younger sister over a plaque. Okay, because my younger sister also got angry, she went and take the plug by force. That woman closed the door in my flat, in my home, and held my sister like this. Then my sister said she shoved her back, but that woman lied and said she was beaten by my sister. She said we were abusing her. She said my younger sisters insulted her. That was a lie. I'm not going to hide the fact that ever since I noticed her, I studied human behavior. I'm good in knowing manipulation. And I also specialize in domestic violence or gender-based violence. So I knew the red flags were there. So ever since I noticed the red flags, and because I didn't want to hurt my brother, I chose to keep quiet but distance myself from that woman, because I didn't want her to say I'm abusing her. She was my brother's choice. I remember after she tried to ban my brother using petrol, I came down from Cape Town wanting to talk to her. My brother stopped me and said he wanted peace in the family. I must leave this. He used the words like ungamkhibi for abusing me. I let it go because I respected my brother. There's a lot of things that woman did, but circumstances that led to my brother's death. Whenever my brother got paid, she would run to her home in Tanzania. There were rumors that she had a boyfriend. It might be the case that she had a boyfriend, and she would hide with him. She would run with his money, but to us, she would deny that my brother gave her money on the 25th when he gets paid. So she expected that my brother was going to beat my sister after she started a fight, but when my brother didn't do it, she started war out of that and said my brother said he was not going to be made to choose between us and her. So before that, my brother called what we call onozakuzaku, those men that are called to go and ask for a woman's hand in marriage in her home, and told them that he is ending the marriage. He doesn't want to ever see that woman. That woman is destructive. That woman is destroying her. That woman has done adultery. That woman is stealing his money. But it was onozakuzaku who say she's not going anywhere, she's staying, which was a mistake, because now that mistake led to my brother's death. So after this alteration with my sister over the plug, and my brother didn't beat my sister as this evil woman wanted to, she stayed 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks, I guess her friends, including the extended family members who are using her against us, who are using her to divide us, who are using her to fight us, she doesn't even know that she's being used, and she's not thinking of the future, because in future she has a child, the child who will need us. But no, she has children, 3 children that she neglects already. She's a grandmother. She neglects her children. She's not going to know how to care for this child, my brother's child. But again, she's treating us like that. It happened that we know that she also killed her husband in the previous marriage. If you happen to listen to this, I'm saying it. I'm willing to take you on. Every dollar that I work for, every British pound that I work for, I will use it to destroy you and your family, because it seems as if you come from a family that doesn't have manners. Her family declared war with us for things that we don't know, accusations. They were abusing us on the phone before the funeral. Who does that? Because they were not mourning, they were rejoicing. There were telephones where her uncle was abusing us. I wanted to take him on. I wanted to destroy him. And if he doesn't stop, every money that I work for, I will sue him. I will destroy him, for the sake of my brother's death. So, to going back to the story, she waited for 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks, when she was influenced enough by her friends, she decided to go home. She used my sister's issue. She left a note that says she left her marital home because we abused her. My brother beat her. She was quoting the past beatings, but my brother beat her. We insulted her. We are going to kill her. She left the marital home. So she's no longer my brother's wife. But when my brother died, there was an incident where she didn't cook for my brother for 3 days, saying she went to the church kwaDubu. I questioned it. We have voice notes of this. I said, what kind of a wife does that to a husband? I said, what kind of a church encourages a wife not to cook for her husband, but to say I was in church kwaDubu? She did it. So she left that SMS. My brother forwarded it to my sister and killed himself. But today she's standing up, claiming that he loved my brother, claiming that she was the wife, claiming that she served him, which is a lie. She was there to abuse her. May my brother's soul rest in peace. May God fight for him. My mother used to say, my children, let us keep quiet. God will fight for us. May God fight for my brother. May his soul rest in peace. But may this woman pay for what he has done to my brother. I'll continue to tell his story. I'll continue to do awareness about suicide. I'll continue to do awareness about gender-based violence and how men can be killed by women silently. And I'll continue to give awareness about depression. May God bless you. Thank you.